Hi, welcome to Crisco's Corner. Proud to live in the greatest country in the world. Unfiltered opinions, no PC discussion here. Agree, disagree, hate it, love it, it's all good. Sit back and enjoy some unfiltered commentary. We discuss politics, culture, interviews, and more. Your comments are always welcome. Please help the channel by hitting that subscribe button. Doesn't cost a thing. And as always, thanks for your support. Hi, folks. Welcome back to Crisco's Corner. Attorney General William Barr announced his resignation. I knew it was coming. He was gone the end of the year anyway, so this shouldn't be any big revelation. Attorney General Bill Barr resigned from his post Monday, saying he will depart the Justice Department next week, while touting President Trump's record and accomplishments and saying his presidency was met by a partisan onslaught in the face of relentless, implacable resistance. Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. The president tweeted Monday evening, "This had a very nice meeting with Attorney General Bill Barr at the White House. Our relationship has been a very good one. He has done an outstanding job," Trump tweeted. As per letter, Bill will be leaving just before Christmas to spend the holidays with his family. Trump added, Attorney General Jeff Rosen, Deputy Attorney General Jeff Rosen, an outstanding person, will become acting Attorney General. Highly respected Richard Donoghue will be taking over the duties of the Deputy Attorney General. Thank you to all. Sounds very reasonable to me. And that's the letter for Bill Barr resigning just before Christmas. Trump also tweeted a copy of Bill Barr's resignation letter in which the Attorney General praised the president. Barr, who served as Attorney General for former President George H.W. Bush, that's the father, wrote that he was greatly honored that you called me to serve your administration and the American people once again as Attorney General. I am proud to have played a role in many successes and unprecedented achievements you have delivered for the American people. Barr noted that he discussed the Justice Department review of voter fraud allegations in the 2020 election with the president on Monday, and now these allegations will continue to be pursued. At a time when the country is so deeply divided, it is incumbent on all levels of government and all agencies acting within their purview to do all we can to assure the integrity of elections and promote public confidence in their outcome, Barr wrote. Earlier this month, Barr said that the Justice Department had not yet found widespread evidence of voter fraud. See, that's the thing. The Democrats were so good at this that it's impossible to catch them. They left such huge holes in the system, the integrity, signature verification, voter ID, just changed all the rules right up to the last minute and even after Election Day. So technically, is it fraud? No, probably not. But we all know what happened. We all know votes got dumped. If this video gets taken down by YouTube, it gets taken down. Because I use the F word, F-R-A-U-D. Your 2016 victory speech in which you reached out to your opponents and called for working together for the benefit of the American people was immediately met by a partisan onslaught against you in which no tactic, no matter how abusive and deceitful, was out of bounds. I couldn't agree more. I've never seen a president ever get this much abuse. And George W. Bush got abused, so did his father, Ronald Reagan. It was relentless. And the entire 90% of the mainstream media and 100% of Silicon Valley, I call them the social media monsters, took part in it. Censorship. I mean, I've never seen anything like this before. And I've read a lot about presidents. And I know it got pretty ugly back in the 1800s. And there's been, Lincoln's was slammed pretty good. Pictures of him calling him monkey and, just horrible stuff, but not at this level and not for this long and not for this intensely. The nature of his campaign was the effort to cripple, if not oust, your administration with frenzied and baseless accusations of collusion with Russia, Barr continued. If you have weathered these attacks, much less forged ahead with a positive program for the country. Yeah. And even with all of that, Trump did some amazing things. BARR touted Trump's economy, calling it the strongest and most resilient in American history, and one that brought unprecedented progress to those previously left out. All true. You have restored American military strength by brokering historic deals in the Middle East. You have achieved what most thought impossible, Barr wrote. You have curbed illegal immigration and enhanced the security of our nation's borders. You have advanced the rule of law by appointing a record number of judges committed to constitutional principles. The Constitution is there, and you use it not when you feel like it. Constitutional privileges. We're also praised the administration of Operation Warp Speed, saying the president delivered a vaccine for coronavirus on a schedule no one thought conceivable, calling it a feat that will undoubtedly save millions of lives. Funny you don't hear about that. Well, he's getting a little bit of praise now. You know what? To all the MSNBC, CNN, ABC, CBS, NPR, you name every alphabet acronym you can think of, you all can kiss my ass when you give him credit now. You guys are beyond deceitful and beyond disgusting. This isn't about Donald Trump. This is about the way you acted. No American president should ever have to go through this. Barr said during his time at the Justice Department, officials have worked tirelessly to protect the public from violent crime, worked closely with leaders in Mexico to fight drug cartels, cracked down on China's exploitation of our economy and workers, defending competition in the marketplace, especially the technology sector, and supported the men and women of law enforcement who selfishly and too often thanklessly risk their lives to keep our communities safe. Barr in October appointed U.S. Attorney John Durham as special counsel to ensure his investigation of the origins of the Trump-Russia probe would continue into the next administration. Yeah. Once you get a special counsel, you're pretty much stuck with him until he's done. On May 13, 2019, I directed John Durham, U.S. Attorney for the District of Connecticut, to investigate a certain intelligence and law enforcement activities surrounding the 2016 presidential campaign. You know what? These guys there should be dozens in jail. Dozens. Lied to a FISA court, used falsehoods, knowing things weren't accurate to the court. I didn't like the Patriot Act when it was first brought up years ago. I don't like secret courts. I think it's totally against the American way and the Constitution. I don't know how it's passed constitutional muster. But then again, you have to have a Supreme Court that's got some spine, that's got some backbone. They turned down the case from the Attorney General in Texas. Now, those of you saying, John, you're a tinfoil hat, conspiracy theorist. No, they deserved their day in court. They deserved to bring what they brought, and they didn't. And now it's going to be worse because the people that believe there was FRAUD are always going to believe it now. At least they would have had their day in court, and a lot of them would have said, you know what, this really sucks that the court voted against us, but we had our day in court and we lost. Now, no. Show some backbone. These judges, and especially law enforcement in the bigger cities. I live in a small city in upstate New York, medium-sized city, 45,000. But in the bigger cities, you guys took an oath. Started upholding it. Although I expected Mr. Durham to complete his work by the summer of 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as additional information he uncovered, prevented him from doing so. I'll tell you the truth, honestly, and I believe this sincerely, and I don't think there's any progressives or leftists that could argue with this. If it wasn't for COVID-19, Donald Trump would have been elected in a landslide, especially in the Electoral College, and he would have won the popular vote as well. And that's the way it is. And he goes on to say some of the things. And under U.S. Code, the special counsel will produce a confidential report and is ordered to submit to the Attorney General a final report and such interim reports as he deems appropriate in a form that will permit public dissemination. You knew he was going anyway. You know, they left on good terms. He figures, you know what the hell, Mr. President? I'm going to be gone with the swearing in of a new president. Looks like that's 99% likely. You know, that's the way it goes. He didn't go into detail, of course, on the FRAUD in his letter, I'm sure. But we all know what happened. We all know. We all know what they did, and we all know how they did it. Just a matter of, you got to prove it. And as O.J. Simpson knows, there's a huge difference between knowing and proving. So I'm sorry to see Bill Barr go. He's a class guy, serious individual, very serious individual. And he came out of retirement to do this. He didn't have to. So hats off to you, Mr. Barr. You've done some things I'm a little disappointed in, but overall, I think you did your best you could under the circumstances, considering the vast majority of the Justice Department, including the FBI, is part of the swamp. And maybe it's just too deep. We'll have to see. Anyway, folks, I wish Bill Barr the best, him and his family, and I hope he enjoys the holidays. And until next time, goodbye and good luck.